Well, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says a travel-related announcement is coming soon.
We will not hesitate to take even tougher measures if and when they're needed, and we'll be making an announcement in the coming days.
He adds that the bad choices of a few Canadians won't be allowed to put others in danger. But what will those tougher measures look like, and will they be effective? John Graddick, our resident air travel industry expert, joins us now with more on this. Good morning to you, John.
Good morning, Mel.
Okay, realistically, what do you think will be implemented that could work?
Well, I think that everybody's been talking about these 14-day hotel quarantines at the expense of the traveler, and that's something that a number of countries have tried and have implemented around the world. So I think they're looking at that model as being the one they want to apply in Canada. It's going to require a lot of hotel rooms, and it's going to require the cooperation of hotels as well to be able to do that. Because if you're looking at 1,000 people coming in to Pearson at any one given day internationally, you're going to need, at least 500 or 600 hotel rooms, and you're going to need those hotel rooms for 10, 12, 14 days. So it's a lot of hotel rooms that are going to have to get allocated to this process. So that's something they have to negotiate with the hotel industry.
Logistically, could that even work?
It has worked. I think that the one area that has had this thing working very well is probably Australia. The one thing that Australia has implemented in order to make sure this process works is limit the number of people that can fly into the country. So in Australia, you can only fly into the country, I think there's only 1,500 passengers a week that can fly into the country. So you now have somewhere in the range of about 40,000 Australians overseas trying to get back home, and they can't get home because there isn't enough of a quota to allow people to come in. So, in light of a shortage of hotel rooms and a shortage of process to handle these people, there might be some limits put in place in terms of the numbers of people that can fly back into Canada. You're not going to get a hotel room automatically. You have to basically stand in line to get space on an airplane to come back to Canada.
John, what about the idea of just banning non-essential travel completely?
That's been talked about. I think that the Prime Minister and the ministers have basically said that they're looking for these aircraft to basically move not only passengers but also PPEs, vaccines, other medical equipment coming in from overseas. So they're looking at that those services, those passenger services also carrying 20 or 30 or 40 tons of freight. And some of that freight is very needed in the medical system and public health. So they're being very, very cautious about banning those. There's not enough freighter capacity around to be able to handle all of that freight. So passenger airplanes are really a key to bringing that stuff in.
John, you've worked in the airline industry for, decades? And so tell me a little bit about what you think the industry is reacting to. What are they saying right now, looking at these potential restrictions?
They're sitting there with bated breath trying to figure out what when the other shoe will fall. If you look at hotel quarantines, demand will shrink. People are not going to go away for a week, and then where you go to Cuba or you go to the Dominican or anywhere, Mexico, and then come back and have to spend $3,000 at a hotel stay in Toronto. And it's going to be at the point of entry, not at your point of where you originate from. If you come from sudbury or North Bay or Timmins or Windsor, and you're flying into Toronto, you stay in Toronto. You don't fly to your destination until that 14-day quarantine is over.
Okay, so we'll be watching in the coming days. We don't have a timeline on when this announcement is coming in from the Prime Minister, but there's a lot of pressure there. John Graddick, as always, appreciate your time and insight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mel. Have a great day.
You too. It is 7:08 right now. We're sitting at Devo looking at sports. What's going on?